Right. So we had talked we had talked about XPaths yesterday, right? IDs, name, how to recognize elements, how to install Firebug, right, and how to work with Firebug. All right. With just one Gmail.java, I had explained you a lot of things. I had also explained you implicit wait, which will actually make, which is like a global timeout. Okay, it will wait for the element for maximum this much time, whatever time is specified. Okay, if it finds the element, it will move ahead. Okay, now I will make a new Java project known as day 5. Right, and what I'll do is that inside it, I will make a new class. Okay, let's take Gmail only. Okay, I just want to show you something. Fine, and I will go to the properties of this class project and add the jar files first. Fine, or
Yeah.
rather I will,
Hi, Ashish.
guys, yeah, tell me.
I have a question about these Selenium jars. I don't know where you got it from. Could you help me find that? Because I was trying to figure this thing out, but I was not able to.
Okay, fine. I'll tell
If
you.
you can
Give
give us
me.
some steps on what all
Yeah.
needs to do
On
before
on
all
on
this.
on on day one, I had told. Anyways, I'll tell you. Hold on.
Yeah, you had started too, but it went so fast I did not comprehend.
Okay. So you can go to this official Selenium website. Okay, which is seleniumhq.org. Fine. And go to the download section, and you can download it from here. All the jars. Okay. Right. Fine. You can download it from here. All right. So now,
So
anyways,
those are the
uh,
Selenium jars. What about the
yes.
drivers? Do we have to download the drivers too?
Which drivers?
I mean,
There are
if
no
I
drivers. Only jar files are there.
okay, what about so the web drivers are also covered in it? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, all the driver classes are inside the jars, right?
Okay. So once downloaded, do we have a specific location we need to put it?
Yes, yes. You can put it anywhere and include it inside Eclipse. Okay,
Okay.
right. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Okay, take up the gmail.java from day 4 and I'll paste it over here. I'll first explain you the problem and then I will explain you how to resolve it. Fine. Look, the problem is that if I run this code, right, fine. So, just a minute, right. If I run this code, you will see that if I actually run it on Firefox, okay, I'll run it on Firefox, right. And if I go to Gmail, I'll just remove all these things, fine. And if I just write a simple code like this, if I run this code, my Firefox will open, okay, and it will have Firebug inside it. Okay, it should have, but it doesn't have. Right, it should have Firebug, but actually it doesn't have a Firebug. Fine. So this is the major problem. Okay, right. So because when you are working, okay, when you are practically working, right. So what happens is that um, you need Firebug. You need to investigate the page. Okay, because sometimes the script might fail. Okay, or something might happen, right? That some error comes, and you want to investigate the page in the browser in which the script is running. Okay, now why doesn't Firebug comes over here? Firebug is present in my regular Firefox browser. It is there, which I open up manually. Firebug is there inside it. But in the browser which is opened by Selenium, right, Firebug is not there. Fine. So how does this matter, or how does this how we can correct it? Right. We can correct it through the concept of Firefox profiling. Okay. Now, what do you mean by Firefox profiling? Well, um, I'll tell you with an example. Right. Suppose you and okay, just a minute. Just 1 minute, guys. I'm really sorry. I need a little break of 2-3 minutes. Just give me 2-3 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry. Right. So now, as I told you, the Firefox which is opened by Selenium has got no Firebug at all. So I'll explain the concept of Firefox profiling now. Right. Look, Firefox profiling concept is only there for Firefox. It is actually not there for any other, you can say any other browser. Okay, it is only for Firefox. To explain this, you need to first understand the concept of constructors. Fine. So I will uh, tell you about constructors now. Right. So, well, suppose I have a in Java, if I have a new class known as say car, and I have another class known as say anything like temp.java. In this, I will create the object of the car class. Okay, and I will create the three objects of the car class. Fine. Okay, and in the car class, suppose I have got variables like um, string name of the car, okay, and price of the car, right. So for every object, I'll have to initiate the variables, right. I'll have to write c1 dot name is car A, c1 dot price is 100, right. Okay. Similarly for car 2, I will have to initiate the object that c2 dot name and c2 dot price. C2 dot name is car B, price is 200, and then for C3 as well. car C price 300. Okay, right. So you have got three objects of the car created out here. Okay, C1, C2, C3, and you need, right, and yeah, every object you have initialized. But will I initialize every object like this? It is an overhead, right? It is an overhead for me. This car only has got uh, two variables, name and price. What if there were 10 parameters for the class? Will I initialize the 10 parameters in every different line like this? And if I'm creating three objects, then I'll have to initialize 30 parameters. To help us with this, the concept of constructor is there. Okay, I will create the constructor of car class out here. This is known as the constructor. The name of the constructor is same as the name of the class. There is no return type, nothing. Okay, this constructor is known as the default constructor. Okay, the constructor out here, right? This one is known as the default constructor. Fine. And the uh, control goes inside this constructor when you create the object. Okay, I'll just write over here inside constructor. Fine. So in my temp.java, if I run this program, it will print inside constructor 3 times because there are 3 objects of the car class created. If I create the fourth object, okay, I'll not give it a reference, I'll just create the object, again the constructor will go. The control will go inside the constructor. So the control always goes inside the constructor. Okay, right. Whenever you um, run the program, the control will always go inside the constructor. Fine. Okay. Right. Now we can have a overloaded constructor. What do you mean by overloaded? We will make another constructor of the car class, but this constructor would take the name and the price of the car. Fine. Okay. So constructor, yeah, okay, fine. I'll explain you again. Constructor is something which is called when you create the object of the class. Whenever I'm calling new car, okay, this will call the constructor of the car class. Now out here, it will call the no argument constructor, which is this one. But I have another constructor of the car class which accepts 2 parameters, name and price. Okay, fine. And inside it, I will write, hold on, that the name equals to N and price equals to P. When I call this constructor, fine, I will call it like, say, car C4 equals to new car, and you will pass over the name and price of that car. So while creating object only, I am passing the name and price of the car, okay, inside the constructor of the car class. And inside the constructor I have written the name over here equals to N and the price equals to P. So this will initialize the object. automatically. You are passing over the parameters in the constructor. In this constructor, no parameters were being passed. So you had to initialize the object separately. But in this constructor, I am passing the parameters, right? And the object creates automatically. Fine, if I print over here c4.name and run it, it prints D, which is correct. So if you create a constructor like this, which takes parameters, okay, you can initialize your object on the fly, right? Okay, so this is the default constructor, which is no argument constructor, and this is known as the overloaded constructor. Technically, that means overloaded means that it's got the same name but different input parameters. You can make another kind of constructor if you want, which accepts only the say name. You just want to initialize the name. The price will remain uninitialized. It's completely up to you, but obviously if you are making a constructor, you'll make it to initialize the complete object. Okay, right? So I hope you understood the concept. Now, how is this concept used? I will again tell you the problem. The problem is that the Firefox which Selenium is opening is not having any Firebug. Rather, any bookmark which you have and all, nothing, it will have nothing. It's just like a fresh Firefox which is installed on the system. Okay, to understand how to fix this, you need to understand the concept of Firefox profiling. Sorry. Right. The concept of Firefox profiling, right, is something like you and your friend, both of you are using your system. They are using a single system. You have a system and your friend also wants to use the same system. So you want that when you open Firefox, you should see your set of settings, your set of bookmarks, okay, your set of stuff on Firefox. And when your friend opens Firefox, he sees his set of settings, his set of bookmarks, and all everything. Okay, this can be achieved with the concept of Firefox profiling. Okay, to explain you the concept of Firefox profiling, you first have to close Firefox from the file exit menu. Don't close it from the cross menu on the top. Okay, close it from the file exit menu. Fine. Then open this and type firefox.exe -p profile manager. This command. I will give you the command on the WebEx chat as well as on Skype. Fine. Okay. So now you need to write firefox.exe -p profile manager, hit the enter button, and you'll see a window like this. Okay, just a minute. I'll create a new profile. Hold on, it's hanged a little. Yeah, I'll create a new profile. Call it as say WebDriver. Please note the spelling. Okay, right, uppercase upper caps, lower caps, note everything, finish, and click on Start Firefox. So what will happen is that a Firefox will be started. Fine. This Firefox, this is the one, is just like a freshly installed Firefox on your machine. It will not have Firebug, nothing. Okay, if I have to go back to my default profile, I can close it from File, Exit, and give the same command, which was Firefox Profile Manager, and I can select any other profile like the default profile. I can start the Firefox. This will have Firebug and all everything, my history and all everything. Right. So what happens is that when Selenium starts Firefox, okay, programmatically, when you write new Firefox driver, when you write new, or you write over here, you write new Firefox driver, programmatically Selenium creates a new profile which gets destroyed when the program ends. So whenever you run your code on Firefox, programmatically, internally, Selenium has features which creates a fresh Firefox profile, launches that profile and destroys it when the program ends. Now you don't want Selenium should create its own Firefox profile. You want that it should open up a specific profile which you have created already on your system, maybe WebDriver. Okay, on the WebDriver profile, suppose I go to Google and I bookmark my Google. Okay, I'll go to Google and I will bookmark this page. Maybe on this I will, okay, I'll add you to the group, Sujay. Right. Maybe on this profile where I have bookmarked Google, I need to install Firebug. I can install Firebug on it as well. Okay, and I want to launch this profile. I don't want Selenium to create its own profile. For that, you have to write some code. You have to create the object of the internal class known as profiles ini. Okay, this class represents, can say, all the profiles on your PC. All the Firefox profiles which you have created on your PC. Okay, this class actually denotes that all the profiles, right? And from all the profiles, you get the profile known as WebDriver, which you have created on the PC, which I have just created. This will return you the object of Firefox profile class. So Firefox profile is another internal class which represents a profile. So you have the profile corresponding to WebDriver, okay, which is there in your PC. Now you want to initiate this profile and not a Firefox window which has a fresh profile, right? So if you look at Firefox driver class, okay, hold on. If you go to the documentation, if you look at the Firefox driver class, then this class, you will see that it will have constructors, constructor summary. There are so many constructors available for this class. One of this is this one, which accepts the Firefox profile object and opens that particular profile. Okay, right. So what happens is that I'll close this. What happens is that if you, okay, now I'll add you. Hold on. If you write out here in your gmail.java, you can write out here Firefox profile equals to, sorry, Firefox driver equals to new Firefox driver, and you can pass over the profile object inside the constructor of Firefox driver. So this overloaded constructor of Firefox driver takes in the Firefox profile object and will start the WebDriver profile. If I run this, you will see that the browser which opens has got Google in the bookmark. Moreover, if you had installed Firebug would also had been visible out here. Okay, so this is the concept of Firefox profiling. And it is very helpful because at times when you run the scripts, you have got 10 pages and on the 6th page the script fails, then you will have to investigate it on the same browser. So you can invoke this profile and have the um, Firebug installed in the profile. Alright, fine. This is not the case in case of Chrome or IE for profiling, it is in case of Firefox. Alright, fine. Now let's move back to XPaths and IDs and all whatever we had learned. Fine. So we had seen the locator strategies that you can locate elements on the page, right? By XPath, by ID, by name, by various other mechanisms, right? Okay. Now at times, you will always not rely on the XPaths given by Firebug. Yesterday I explained you how you can extract the XPaths from Firebug, right? But you will always not rely on the XPaths from Firebug. You will have to create your own customized XPaths. Okay, what is the reason for that, right? What is the basis for that? Why can't we use Firebug Firepath? I'll tell you, okay, as we proceed with the course, I'll tell you everything. Fine. Now, um, can someone answer me like, can two elements have the same XPath on the page? What do you think? Can two elements on the page have the same XPath? What do you think? You can type your answer and let me know. No. Okay. No. Okay. I'll answer this. Okay. As we proceed, right? Okay. Things will get, they can have. The answer is yes. Okay. I'll tell you. Let me explain you the concept of uh, creating customized XPaths. Okay. Right. What do you mean by creating customized XPaths? Right. Um, Just 1 minute, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. Today I'm actually getting a lot of calls from my office. I'm sorry. Just give me 1